What up, kings and queens? It's Javon Wooden, your favorite mindset and perception coach of Live Not Low. I'm here with the lovely ladies of Reforum Consulting. Ladies, please introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having us. I am Vicki Jocelyn of Reforum Consulting.
Thank you for having us. I am Javanya Smith.
Happy Monday. I'm Tiny, guys, of Reform Consulting.
I love it. I love the energy, and it's my pleasure for having y'all. These ladies are doing amazing things in the mental health and mindfulness space up in New York. Please tell us a little bit about Reforum Consulting and what reform even means.
Oh, Vicky, hit it.
Well, Reforum Consulting and what our business does is we reform organizations, climates, and cultures through curated conversations. So basically, we bring the conversations that are really taboo and hard to have at work and workplaces to the forefront. We help increase in productivity and motivation within, so that extrinsic productivity can be, outputted without. So it's super important for us to make sure that people feel seen, heard, and just welcome when they come to Reform Consulting's workshops.
Love it.
Right.
It. I love that.
Well, the word actually means a brave and safe space where ideas and views can be shared. So that's what the word reforum means.
That's powerful, man. I appreciate that. And y'all just taught me a new word. So
It's coming to a dictionary near you. It is
right.
You made it up.
I love it. I mean, y'all behind it, so it's already in the dictionary, in my opinion.
Right.
But I wanted to, this conversation for the listeners and the viewers here. This conversation is just a quick. It's about 10-minute conversation on mental health and things you can do to impact yourself today, right? So with that being said, I'd like to ask you ladies, what are a few things that you recommend people do right now to impact and change their lives immediately?
Let me just say this, I take an inventory of your rituals or your routine. Like, for example, if you wake up in the morning and you get coffee, wash your face, put on some music, those are your rituals that keeps you going in the morning. And when you don't do those rituals, something happened. Something's happened, something's off. Probably woke up late, probably didn't charge your phone the night before. Something happened. So then now your whole day is kind of like starting out shaky. So just take an inventory of like your rituals, your routines,
or lack thereof,
because those things keep you grounded and keep you at your best.
Right, and I always say that as well. Like, I'm a big routine person, and like I already know, like if I don't get my workout in the morning, or if I wake up too late, or anything throws me off, I feel like my energy is all off. So I always tell my clients too, like, get that small win in it, whatever it is, build your morning of success, I like to call it. So get your routine, whether you journal in the morning or you read a book for 30 minutes, whatever that is, try to identify that and stick to it. And then I always say, like, when it comes to immediate success, immediate impact, affirmations is always one. The journaling is always one. Taking time to yourself, I feel, is one of the most important things, right? To just be with yourself and allow yourself that space to reflect and to heal and to breathe, right? And just be deep in that, right? So I appreciate that. Anyone else had anything to add on that?
I would definitely add to do a body scan. I think that's one of those things that people don't pay attention to. But quite often people wake up without the ability to use limbs or see, to use their senses. So just do a quick body scan, check yourself first, because your body is going to tell you when you're not feeling well, when things are not right for you. So just wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, stretch yourself out, just check in your body, do a quick body scan and see, am I missing something? Look at your skin. Do I need more water? You know what I mean? Pay attention. Now, this is a little bit more, but pay attention to your digestive system. Are you going the way that you need to go? You know what? I might need a little more fiber in my diet. All of it plays a part into your mental health, because you're taking care of your temple, right? Because your body is your temple. So it's super important to take stock in that, just as much as like Tammy mentioned with the routines. Super important to take stock of your body. That is my offering.
I would think probably just a immediate emotional thing we can all enact right now is to like have some self-compassion and grace for not only your emotions that change in the day-to-day, but also your productivity, kind of reframing what that looks like and what that means, especially if you've been impacted by the pandemic in like those very specific ways, but just allowing yourself to speak kindly to yourself, be mindful of the things you think and say about yourself. Because people say not so nice things about themselves a lot, even if you don't say it out loud, the things that you think. And it's very harmful. So I know me, I wake up in the morning every day and just nude, whatever, and just really just appreciate yourself, appreciate your body, appreciate everything, because you know, in a world with like immediate gratification and folks are constantly like comparing themselves to other people, it can get real easy to get caught up in what you don't have and what other people have, what other people look like and what their body they look like and all sorts of kind of stuff. And I've been so grounded and just being happy with who I am that I don't wake up with that energy about that negativity surrounding who I am that help, like it really hurts a lot of people's emotional and mental state on a day-to-day basis. So that's one thing I would say. Just if you need to do a gratitude list, if you need to just look in the mirror and write down 10 things you see about yourself that you love, I think that would be a good place that folks can start.
Yeah, I agree.
Do a quick social media scan, like kind of incorporating what Javanya and Vicky said. Like you go on social media and you realize your body is reacting negatively to a feed or a person or a post, unfollow, put it on silence, you know, because you know we are what we post, what we look at on social media, on social media all the time. So we are, even though we're not saying it to ourselves or we're not physically around it, but that looking at something can be in our spirits. So if you're on social media, you see something that's not, you know, coinciding with your energy, do a little quick unfollow, unfriend. I'll be back.
Delete.
Delete.
Yeah, I mean,
it's okay.
You got to realize that, you know, comparison is the enemy. As we look at social media and we look around and you start to compare yourself to others, that goes in life in general. If you compare your journey with someone else, you're never going to understand, you know, truly, one, what success is, because you haven't defined it for yourself. And then you don't even understand your own capabilities, your own power, because you're saying, oh, this person has this person has this. Well, what about what you have? You know, we are all unique, and a lot of us don't embrace that uniqueness, right? We see it as a weakness, or we see it as something that's not good, when in fact, that could be the one thing that's your power, your superpower, right? So I think, you know, kind of tying into y'all talking about taking that scan, that social media scan, realize it's okay to say, I don't need to answer to this, or I don't need to look like that. I don't need to respond to this post. I don't need to follow this person, right? Because at the end of the day, the self-care is the most important care. And the self-love is the main love, because if you don't love yourself, you can't love anyone else, right? Properly. It's impossible, right? Physically impossible. Because when you do that, you know, you put yourself in a danger zone, right? You start to lose yourself in all these things that really, in the grand scheme of things, may not even matter to you, right? You're just,
and it may not even be real.
It may not, it probably is not real, right? Yeah, and that's the thing. We have, you know, our perception becomes cloudy because all these things are forced on us constantly, day in and day out, right? That we really have to take that time to take a step back and say, does this align with my values? Is this who I am, or am I trying to become someone else? Right. So we have to really look at that holistically. So thank you. Thank you for that, ladies.
Everything we digest, food,
everything.
music, media, all of that.
People are
people,
too.
for sure.
I think that's super important for people to understand. I think just as much as you do a social media scan, do a scan of the people that you have in your life. That's something that you need to do immediately. If you have someone who is constantly on the negative Nancy train, you got to get rid of that person. You know, they only want to talk about things that are negative. Misery loves company. So if you know there are individuals in your life that want to talk about that stuff, those are also people that you need to remove. It is so time consuming and energy consuming that it's not worth it, you know? So I would definitely say that that is something that I definitely enacted this year. In the year past, you know, 2020 gave me nothing but time to reflect. And I looked at the people that were in my circle, and I realized if I'm standing in a circle with 5 clowns, I'm definitely the 6th clown. So I had to reassess my circle, and I had to say that I want to be in a circle with 5 millionaires so that I become the 6th millionaire. And so that's super important to take stock and take inventory and do a scan at who's in your life. And let me tell you something, it could be as close as your family. Okay. And those people also need to be loved from a distance. Sometimes it's okay to Skype them once in a while. Send them a card every now and again. But it's okay to create those boundaries for yourself and for your own personal wellness.
It's actually necessary, not just okay, that's a necessity.
Yeah.
You have to set those boundaries, you know, because, and I always say, like, family isn't just blood, right? Family doesn't mean that you're sharing the same blood. Right. Family is someone who's going to look out for you and care for you and also call you on your bull, right? But it needs to be a full, you know, you have to have both of those, right? You need to be able to share your trials and your tribulations and your and your successes, right? With this person. That's what family is, right? So you have to understand that anyone who truly cares for you is going to respect those boundaries, right? They're going to respect that you love yourself and you have to do those things in order to maintain, you know, the person you are and maintain your energy, right? Because they're going to want you to be full so you can pour into others and other people.
Right.
Or reciprocity so that you can pour back into them.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For sure. So, well, thank you for that. So
I wanted to just add really quick, because Vicky, when you said, and you know, that's one of my favorite quotes, when you said, misery loves company. And that's something that we like have heard like forever and ever, is one of those traditional quotes. But then, you know, that one man took it further and he said, joy also loves company. So that's a piece that, you know, that we have to elevate that traditional thought by joy also loves company. And then he said, and joy is a better friend. So
I love that.
I remember that.
I
and
love that.
It will always stick with me because we've heard that so much, but then just changing our perception about what that means to be like, yeah, those people over there, but you know, joy, I can also lean into folks who also are aligned with this idea of joy and this idea of wealth and wellness and things like that. So for sure, just being able to tap into joy in spite of all the challenges and strain that folks are experiencing. And I think that if Black folks don't do nothing else, they're gonna smile and they're gonna laugh and they're gonna, you know, continue to navigate the world in the midst of all the chaos. And that's one thing. That's our superpower. Black folks' superpower is definitely continuing to tap into some form of joy. How we do it?
Black resilience. It's
resilience. Yeah, I was just about to say.
Black resilience.
Right.
But it's different than regular resilience. Black resilience is different. It's rooted in that joy. It is, because we always try to find our way back to joy, no matter how far we go. You know, we always try to find our way back to joy. So yeah, I love it. I love it.
That's the mental and emotional fortitude to be able to say, this thing will not break me. Right? This thing will not break me. So that's why we're so well. Yeah. But but ladies, this has been awesome. It's quick fire round type of session, but I definitely want to do this again. Let everyone know how they can reach you, how they can find you.
Well, we are on all social media platforms. Javanya, show your shirt. We are Reforum Consulting. You can find us on Instagram. We're also on LinkedIn as well as Facebook. Follow us. We have great content that we put in and put out. We would love to engage with everyone and just build in community because we all we got. Right. So follow us, reach out to us and continue to let's build these connections.
Let's
Black
do it.
resilience. Let's do it.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. So thank you again